Biological psychology. Everything psychological is biological. Psychologists working from a biological perspective study the link between biology and behavior. Humans are biopsychosocial systems in which biological, psychological, and social culture factors interact to influence behavior. Understanding the relationship between the brain and the mind has evolved over time, has become its own branch of psychology. During the last century, researchers have really made some great discoveries. First, the adaptive brain is wired by experience. Nerve cells conduct electricity and communicate through chemical messages across these tiny separating gaps. Specific brain systems serve specific functions. Information is integrated to construct a wide range of different experiences. Biopsychological social systems are these small cells that organize to form our body systems, and our behavior is best understood through biological, psychological, and social system understanding. The key players in biological psychology. The first is Plato. Plato is from Athens, Greece, and is an ancient Greece philosopher. He was a student of Socrates, a teacher of Aristotle, and the founder of the Academy. He is the best known of the psycho works of unparalleled influence. Building on the demonstration by Socrates that those regarded as experts in ethical matters did not have the understanding necessary for a good human life. Plato introduced the idea that their mistakes were due to their not engaging properly with a class of entities that he or called forms. He developed the view that the good life requires not just a certain kind of knowledge, but also healthy emotional responses. Therefore, harmony between the three parts of the soul were reached. The next is Aristotle. Aristotle was born in what we now consider northern Greece, but spent most of his adult life in Athens. His life in Athens is divided into two periods. First, a member of Plato's Academy, and then later he directed his own school. Aristotle investigated psychological phenomena. He takes psychology to the branch of science that investigates the soul as well as the soul's properties. But he thinks of the soul as a general principle of life, with the result that Aristotle's psychological studies all living beings and not merely those that he regards as having a mind. So a human being having a mind. He takes it as his own task to provide account of the life activity of plants and animals alongside the humans that he studied. Franz Gall was born in Germany in 1759. He attempted to divine individual intellect and personality from an examination of the skull shape. He was convinced that mental functions are localized in specific regions of the brain and that human behavior is dependent upon these functions. He assumed that the surface of the skull faithfully reflected the relevant development of these various regions of the brain. He often offered religious leaders, and they were very offended by his beliefs and his practices, and they were condemned in 1802 by the Austrian government and were then banned completely from being taught. 3 years after that, he was actually forced to leave the country due to his beliefs. He was the first to identify gray matter of the brain with active tissue, so neurons, and the white matter with this conducting tissue. I hope you have enjoyed this lecture. Thank you.